Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now for today's video, we're going to be profiling a company by the name of Maison Luxe or Maison Luxury. They're involved in the high-end luxury goods market, and I'm really excited to talk about this one for a number of reasons that we're going to lay out in today's presentation. Now before we get into it, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. It's a huge help to myself and the channel. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. And let me know in the comment section below if you've heard of this company before, if you're holding shares of Maison Luxe, and how you think they stack up to some of the other players in this space. Now with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Maison Luxe Incorporated, trades under the ticker symbol MASN on the OTC in the United States. Here's a look at the chart over the last month. As you can see, this is a penny stock in every sense of the word. They're trading at about half a cent US based on close as of December 1st. And if we look out over the last month, you can see Maison Luxe has been trading in a relatively tight range from about 0.36 cents back at the start of November to a high of about 0.56 cents on November 9th. Now this company operates as a high-end niche luxury goods retailer, helping consumers who are interested in these high-end products obtain rare luxury items that may otherwise not be readily available due to the nature of the luxury retail marketplace. Now the company focuses primarily on fine timepieces or watches and jewelry, but we're going to see they're now gradually expanding into new areas as well, including sneakers or high-end shoes. And Maison Luxe also owns a subsidiary named Amani Jewelers, which operates in the jewelry marketplace with a strategic focus on the rapidly growing lab diamond market. In addition to that, Maison Luxe also holds a significant investment position in Aether Diamonds, which was founded back in 2020 as the world's first known captured carbon lab-grown diamond producer. So the company does offer some diversification, but in today's presentation, I wanted to focus on the MaisonLuxury.com platform and some recent news that has come out in relation to this company, which I think is super exciting and should act as a near-term catalyst for this stock moving forward. Now with that being said, if we jump over to the corporate website, MaisonLuxeNY.com, I'll leave a link in the video description below. If you want to go in and take a closer look for yourself, you can see front and center the new standard of luxury. Maison Luxe has a vast and ever-growing network of relationships with brands, dealers, and clients, which again allows customers to find these rare luxury items that they may not otherwise be able to find. Now, if we jump over to the background here or the About Us, the story behind Maison Luxe is really quite interesting. So this was founded with the vision of offering highly sought after luxury items that are responsibly sourced and affordable to the end customer. Now, due to the market conditions, these items in a lot of situations are highly inaccessible to purchase and a lot of times come from unreliable sellers that have high markups or high costs. So the founder of Luxe saw a niche or void in the marketplace and an opportunity to provide customers with the experience of purchasing luxury items as a standard without having to go to some of these unreliable sellers. Now, as you can see here, if we continue to scroll down, Maison Luxe has a vast background in the luxury trade industry with a family-owned and operated travel retail business that dates back over 30 years. So although this organization was established in 2020, the family history goes back much further than that. Their business catered primarily to fine timepieces and jewelry, which I talked about in the intro, with storefronts focused on duty-free ports in areas such as Alaska and the US Virgin Islands. And we're actually going to talk about that a little bit later in the presentation. Now, in order to stay current with the brands and consumer needs and trends, Maison Luxe frequently visits trade shows both abroad and domestic, which helps them gain knowledge and understanding along with the important relationships that are required to source these prestigious luxury brands in this current market. So for anyone who's purchased these type of brands or products in the past, you may know that they're very hard to come by. It's difficult to find authentic dealers and ensure that your purchases really are coming from a verified source or dealer, and that's the exact opportunity that Maison Luxe is looking to take advantage of. Now, they do list their social media on the corporate website. So if we jump over to their Instagram page, for example, you can see some of the high-end timepieces or watches that are available. This is also available in the gallery on their corporate website. And you can see just by the images available, these are extremely exclusive and high-end products that are being offered to their customers. Now, the other thing that Maison Luxe offers that really differentiates them is the opportunity to consign or consignment for existing owners of these products. So you can actually submit a form, they'll give you a valuation, you can send in your watch or timepiece. Maison Luxe will then inspect it and give you a final offer considering the authenticity and condition of the product, and then a payment will be made either through check or wire transfer for that consignment item. Now, the other thing that's super cool about this platform is you can actually launch a custom inquiry. So if there's a specific product that you're looking for or having trouble finding, you can approach Maison Luxe and they'll actually do their best to source this using their sourcing experts. So for me, it's really this customized experience or opportunity that stands out from the pack compared to a lot of these luxury retailers. Now, with that being said, and now that we have a general understanding of what Maison Luxe is about, their business model, where they set up their operations, and how they go about curating and finding these products, I wanted to jump into some recent news that's related to this organization and I think should act as a major catalyst moving forward for anyone looking to or currently invested in this organization. So the first one came out November 17th. It talks about their quarterly results. So Maison Luxe reports revenue of approximately $3.7 million for quarter ending September 30th, compared to only $2.7 million for the same quarter of 2021, representing an increase of 35% year over year. Now, if we continue to scroll down through the article, you can see this was a phenomenal quarter for Maison Luxe, and the CEO, who's Anil Idnani, goes on to say, "We are pleased with the sustained revenue growth at Maison Luxe. We continue to build our operations and our new product lines, such as Kicks on Demand, which is actually the footwear division, which we're going to talk about a little bit later in the presentation, in order to diversify our product mix and increase our footprint in the luxury good marketplace. We are looking forward to the upcoming holiday period, historically our busiest and most successful time of the year. And keep in mind, you guys, because they're focused on those duty-free ports, cruise volume is a major driver for this organization, and the holidays around Christmas time are a great time for the cruise industry. Due to their retail outlets and partnerships, which is exactly what I just mentioned, as well as the upcoming Caribbean cruise travel season, the company is looking to increase revenues for the holiday period. So a really exciting quarter, huge top-line revenue growth from Maison Luxe, and really just the tip of the iceberg according to the leadership team, as they're now starting to expand into new luxury verticals. And that's really a perfect segue to this article here from MarketWatch.com, which came out November 1st, talking about Maison Luxe surging into double-digit revenue growth on this expansion news. Now, this article provides a lot of really interesting and important information about Maison Luxe, but the specific point I wanted to talk about is in the third paragraph here, where it goes on to say, today the company announced that it has expanded its relationship with Princess World Jewelers and completed an inventory stocking of Princess World Jewelers' Caribbean location in anticipation of the upcoming cruise ship season. So the Caribbean location is an add-on to the company's previously announced partnership with Princess to showcase a selection of fine timepieces for their showrooms in Alaska, and the initial retail stocking comprised of more than $500,000 worth of luxury timepieces or watches in this Caribbean location, and is nearly double the company's prior arrangement. So Princess World Jewelers operates brick and mortar retail locations in these duty-free port cities, including Alaska and the Caribbean, and Maison Luxe has now provided them with hundreds of thousands of dollars of these luxury timepieces to showcase at these locations. Now, we're going to talk about this next bullet in relation to their partnership with Signet International Groups, which really markets to a lot of these cruise ship companies in a second here, but this is absolutely massive because cruises pick up obviously around the holiday season, specifically in the Caribbean locations. So the fact that they have these timepieces available and on display in time for the holiday season should be a major catalyst and revenue driver for Maison Luxe in subsequent quarters. And again, the CEO goes on to say, after the first full year of our Signet partnership, which again we're going to talk about in a second, we look forward to increasing our exposure with Signet and expanding the company's reach into the cruise ship industry. So this is a really interesting business model and structure here, and should bode extremely well as we start to move into the post-pandemic world and see a lot of this cruise activity resuming. And that's exactly what they talk about a little bit further down in the article. So the ocean cruise market topped revenues of about $23.8 billion in 2021. That's expected to continue to grow into 2022 and 2023. And it's these catalysts that could very well propel Maison Luxe to become a leading player in the marketing and distribution of luxury branded products within the cruise industry. So I definitely encourage you guys to go in and take a closer look at this article, because again, there's a lot of golden nuggets in here, so to speak, really talking about some of these catalysts that are on the horizon. And this is actually a look at Princess World Jewelers, which is doing business as Diamonds by Princess in Alaska here. So you can see the ferry port or terminal and the jewelry store's proximity to that terminal here, Diamonds by Princess. And if you zoom out, you can see this is exactly where the cruises would dock in Alaska. So very same concept in the Caribbean here, you guys. Great location, captive market for a lot of these high-end customers that are partaking in cruises and want to go and get a special memento or luxury timepiece as part of that experience. Now, this is the article here that talks about that expansion or relationship agreement with Signet International Group. So Maison Luxe seeks to expand its multi-million-dollar relationship with Signet International Group. This came out October 27th. And if you look through the article, you can see that Signet International Group is a leading player in the marketing and distribution of luxury branded products, primarily to the cruise industry. So this is a super important and critical relationship for Maison Luxe, as this is the target audience for a lot of these luxury timepieces. Now, the fact that they're expanding this partnership really speaks well to both sides of the equation. This is a win-win for both of these organizations, and as you see here, should position Maison Luxe extremely favorably as customers continue to return or flock to the travel sector or travel industry overall post-pandemic. Now, the final article I wanted to leave you guys with really talks about some of this market expansion. So Maison Luxe successfully launches Kicks on Demand. This one came out November 10th, so a little bit more recent here. And this talks about their launch into the luxury sneaker division, which they've named Kicks on Demand. Now, they've exceeded their company sales expectation with more than $50,000 in sales during their initial test run, and the company previously announced its plan to enter the secondary market for luxury sneakers, which, by the way, is absolutely massive. I know a lot of my close friends are super involved in this industry, which is estimated or projected to reach $30 billion globally by 2030. Now, once again, the CEO, Anil Idnani, goes on to say, we achieved approximately $17.6 million in revenue in fiscal 2022 from their jewelry division alone. The secondary market for luxury sneakers is large and growing, and with what we have seen in the short time since we launched, we believe Kicks on Demand can be a significant contributor to revenue in coming years. So another key catalyst to drive top-line revenue for this organization. Idnani continued, unlike many other resale fashion items, the secondary market for luxury sneakers is similar to that for luxury timepieces in that both sneakers and timepieces mostly resell for more than their original retail price. Sneakers are unique in that young people relate more to sneakers than traditional investments, and luxury designed sneakers are becoming desirable collectibles in the secondary market. And that's exactly the focus of Kicks on Demand, is to become a premium supplier of luxury sneakers at the secondary market level. So I think this is a super smart business move by the team at Luxe and really opens up the doors to a whole new target demographic or market. Again, generally younger people who are interested in collecting or curating these high-end shoes. So with that being said, this is really a company that's executing on a number of key fronts right now, you guys. They're reporting huge revenue growth year over year. They're expanding into new product categories and verticals, and they're really expanding a lot of these key relationships in their target market, focused on a lot of these duty-free port communities. Now, for those reasons, I'm really excited about Maison Luxe. Again, based on the share price and market cap here, you really are able to get in at the ground floor. And these are categories that I see growing exponentially over the next few years, especially as we see these risks of inflation and people are looking to store their money in various different alternatives to traditional savings accounts or equity investments. So as mentioned in the article, a lot of people are seeing luxury timepieces and shoes as a way to invest their money, store their wealth, and make a great return on investment in the process. Now, if you're still watching the video at this point in time, hopefully you found some value, so make sure you hit the like button. If you're not currently subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to do so. And let me know in the comment section below if you've heard of Maison Luxe before, if you're currently holding shares, and what you think about the luxury goods marketplace moving forward. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.